Well, a video came your way a day or two ago and I entitled it "Farage was right." Yes, I stood up for Nigel Farage. And what it was in particularly, it was his comments about the Online Safety Act, you know, when he criticised it, saying it's an abolition of our free speech. All of the political bigwigs from the Labour Party side of things came out and said he was against protecting our kids. He was against safeguarding them against harm. And this is the narrative that's gone the whole time. But with any of these acts, I mean, Christ, I even said he was friends with the old Jimmy Savile. That's how ridiculous the whole thing got. But whenever these things come out and the side that released them try to justify what's happened, they will pull any political stunt, any trick, any choice of words out of the hat to try and improve their position, even verging on libelous statements like that. Well, speaking of statements, this video is another one where I read to and respond to some of yours. You know, I did one yesterday, which went down reasonably well, and thought I'd do another one today, so here we go. Right. Graham Orme 3506, I think that's the right screen name. Hate is a strong word, it certainly is, but I hate Starmer. I think the majority of the country are beginning to do that. What the horrible thing is, and the Online Safety Act is no small example. There's a lot of legislation and a lot of new laws which are finding their way through now, which they started thinking about it when the Conservatives were in. So some of it, the Online Safety Act being one thing, is something that the Conservatives dreamed up when they were in power, put it on the back burner, and then Labour re-instigated it, and if anything, it's worse. It's like anti-privacy on steroids. So there's this and a whole number of other things which probably will make the country hate Starmer. Ed Van Meyer, those 16 and 17-year-olds unable to view sites will not vote Labour. Well, that's right, and he put the voting age down, didn't he? Fix 90% plus of the problem by banning smartphones for under 18s. Job mostly done? It'll never work. It's gone too far. You know, modern day kids aren't the way we used to be when we were younger, and the technology. And there's ways round it all. You look what's happened with VPNs almost immediately. Glenn H2R says, hope you're a better cabbie than a protagonist. Well, I hope you're a better troll, and, you know, I am a protagonist because that's the way you're coming across. Behave yourself or you'll be off. Static CX Bandit 2956. It's really bad parenting, as the parents should be the ones censoring what the kids look at. As a pensioner, why should I not be able to look at what I want? I think I've seen plenty in my day. And you're absolutely right. You know, it should be down to the kids, parents, to censor what they see or control what they see. It's, you know, this is the nanny state, isn't it? It shouldn't be the case. And they're using it, or using the kids' protection as an excuse, but there's more to it. There's far more to it. You look at the trouble and aggravation everybody's had looking at normal things, and you're immediately asked for your ID, and in some cases facial scans. Now that is sinister. Peter Dowdle, get a VPN. I'm in Switzerland now, even though I live in Coventry. The sales are shot through the roof, Peter. You know, you're not wrong there. Eddie 1330. Oh, well, I don't like to say really, but I'm going to anyway. I told you so, Andy. Don't keep doubting Nigel Farage. He's not Mr. Perfect. He never said he was. That's a conversation for another time, Eddie. But, you know, what he came out with in this instance, I happen to agree with. I do wonder how much of it is political timing, mind you, but I do agree with what he said. And when you drill down, particularly Section 179 of the Act, it's quite obvious there's more to this than meets the eye. Michael Perrin, wait! Wasn't the then HRH Prince Charles very close friends with? How's about that then? Yes, I think he was, and he wasn't the only one. Michael, as soon as I heard you mention the sellout, I stopped watch. I think you're trying to be clever there, Michael. Try harder. Baylis Snow, we all know who was in charge of the CPS when Savile was alive, and it wasn't Nigel Farage, was it? This is just another attempt at state control of the masses. I agree. I totally agree with you. John Hehire, 508. If they were worried about the children, they stopped pushing the pride nonsense and transvestite lecturing children. Everyone knows how to get around restrictions with VPNs. But if the government can eventually control the VPN companies, they were looking at banning them, but I think they backtracked on that. They can stop untaxed and taxed trading, illegal streaming, and most importantly, freedom of speech and expression on the internet. Pretending it's for the children is pure bullshit. These children have drugs, alcohol, gambling, knife crime and Uber and child grooming to negotiate in a nation where they will never own a home and be first in the tax queue paying in and last in the medical and pension queue getting it back. You're damn right. I mean, I'm knocking on the door of 50 and I'm probably one of the last people that, might get access to state pension and everything else. I really pity our kids. I said to a family member of mine the other day, whose job is it to sort this mess out? Ours or theirs? The kids. Because it's going to be a mess. Johnny Ray, 5685. Hang on. Nigel said the immigration would come down only if we left the EU, but it skyrocketed after Brexit. Nigel was so wrong on this, wasn't he? There's talk of is it the Dublin Agreement, which returned the boats that came, and we lost with this so-called Brexit. I don't think we really had Brexit, to be quite honest with you. It has all skyrocketed. I think there was many things that we were told we would get, we haven't, or just haven't transpired. I believe that we haven't got Brexit, or not in the way it should have been delivered, because they're too busy politicating about it. And the other thing I often wonder as well is, how can a sovereign country get itself so tied up with a political union when it's decided they want to get away from it later on? How's it so complicated? I mean, you look at this lump of land we're on at the moment, this United Kingdom. The United Kingdom isn't a country, it's a political union made up of England, Scotland and Wales. What if we wanted to get away from that? Same principle. Crypto Tharg. The OSA is open-ended by design. They can use it to criminalise pretty much any online communication. Vague, open-ended laws should be null and void. Yeah, you're right. I mean, one of the main concerns here is the end of the Online Safety Act, Section 179 in particular. And I'll stick an end screen on the back end of this, so you can go and watch the video these comments come from, and you'll see what I mean. David Foster. Farage is certainly right, but look out for the far left propaganda who insult him. Correct. That's what it is at the end of the day. Propaganda, plain and simple. Victor Grasscourt, it was the Conservatives who first started this Online Safety Act. Yes, it was indeed. And it was shelved, wasn't it? Put to one side. Was that because they knew that a Labour government had come in later that would restart it and take all the flack? Or was it something else entirely? Who knows? But yeah, that's where it started. And again, it just shows that Uniparty sense, doesn't it? They're all the same. You couldn't stick a fact paper between them. People are falling over Advance UK at the moment. While it's got its advantages, I do tend to wonder, is it the party system that's the problem rather than the party in charge at the moment? I think a drastic revamp of this whole affair is incoming. I really do. David Foster again, beware of the far left. They lie and distort the truth. Yeah, and they'll accuse those on the right of doing the same. This is the problem, isn't it? Fugel Stick, I understand the government is not going to debate this following a response from the petition. Oh, really? Well, the petition at the moment, or last I checked, was something like 400,000 had signed it, and it says clearly 100,000, and there has to be a debate if they refuse one. It says it all, doesn't it? Adam Robinson, Farage is never right. Gabby Cabby supports him, and he's speaking crap. Who's speaking crap, me or Farage? And Farage is never right. Well, Farage is right about some things, not all things, a bit like anybody else, but they can't be right all of the time. Paul Everett, they want to censor what doesn't suit their narrative so they can carry on with these agendas unopposed. Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk has passed comment about X, basically saying that the Online Safety Act is impinging on freedom of speech, because if you look down an X feed, if you go and follow me on my X, by the way, you will see there's lots of little squares where content should be, and it's filtered out, age restricted, and this is all from the point this online safety bill has taken effect. Mr. Cyrus DeVirus, blimey, what are all those politicians going to do with themselves now they're taking away their own access to their own deviances? Starmer will have to be more careful when scouting. I won't say what you said. Back to cottaging in the park like your mate Charles Linton. Oops, wonder if Plodder on their way to tell me off. Now, I appreciate the sentiment, I really do. Yvonne, it's not for the children, it's for the boats. We wouldn't want the boats to feel deflated. The cons and the Labour have been playing with our lives like a game of tennis. Time to take the rackets off at the Uniparties. Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's more to this. It isn't just the kids. George, to protect the Slims and keep the votes coming in. Yeah, it's all power play, isn't it? At the end of the day, all power play. And a lot of these guys in this place just haven't got a fucking clue how everyday life works. S. Gibson, love them or hate them, Reform are the only party that might do something about the mess we're in. Give them a chance. We have nothing to lose. Reform, if it was a party full of normal people like you and me, I would agree with you, and right back at the beginning, that's what I was seeing. But more and more now, it's being infiltrated by Tories and even some Labour and other parties, even a couple of Lib Dems. And the more I see it, the more I don't like. You know, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but that's the way I see it and have done for a long time. Anyway, I'm not going to go too far down that road with this one. Jim Robinson, read the petition. Democratically, 400,000 is 600 times the entire Commons in Parliament. Therefore, the online safety bill should be repealed. I prefer the word voided. Two more comments here. Michael Smith, funny how people change their minds over Farage when time and time again he's proven right. He's not right all of the time, Michael. And, you know, that there are people in Parliament, there are people in life which I'll fundamentally disagree with on a lot of things. But when I see something I agree with, I will call it out. Last one, Sean Broadbent, reading that points to the government. They've already broken that rule, or am I wrong? If the cap fits, isn't it, really? If the cap fits. Anyway, here's another load of comments. Appreciate you tuning in and listening to those, and thank you for your input as always. As I said when I did the video yesterday, I want to try and do these a little bit more regularly, give you a bit more feedback, so to speak. Appreciate it very much. If you haven't done so already, I'd appreciate you hitting the like button on this. Subscribe to the channel, share it with your social media contacts. If you have a look at this video here, this is the one that I did, which all these comments came from, so you can go and readdress that video again. And as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.